Today I fucked up by getting the bomb squad called to my local park and getting a statewide manhunt put into place. Before you read, I know IT was dumb. That's why I'm here. Enjoy the goddamn story. Karen is in the comments if you want both sides of the story. NVMD they left. So, this all started yesterday. I had left work early because I felt like shit and didn't want to work with a cold. I didn't know what to do with all this free time I've just been granted, so I figured, hey, let's make a rocket. I've seen the King of Random's video on how to make a rocket engine out of PVC pipe and household ingredients, so I thought I'd give it a go. I picked up all the stuff I needed and made my way to the park wide, open, and well-ventilated area. First mistake, I was supposed to use 3/4 PVC. I used 1.5 inches. Second mistake, Karen was sitting in the corner of the park hidden from view. You'll see how she plays into this. So my buddy and I spend about an hour or so constructing this failed abortion of a rocket, adding much more fuel than necessary and packing too tight. The time comes where this bad boy's ready to fly and we start taking precautions. We alerted everyone in the area, and even gathered a small crowd to watch the rocket. However, we completely missed Karen as she was fucking hiding in her car on the far end. So we light the goddamn thing and instead of launching it just smokes. Like a lot. Like so fucking much it looked like there was a forest fire. I can't put into words how much smoke this foot-long rocket was producing. We soon realized it's a dud and we leave it be so it will run out of fuel. Just our luck, a group of track kids come out of the woods to run laps on the track the rocket is chilling on, and they just stop and stare, clearly concerned. We realized our mistake and attempted to put it out, except it just wouldn't fucking stop. Eventually a kid from our crowd yeeted it into a nearby field, and it eventually died down. We attempted to clean up the mess but nothing was cooperating. The rocket had eaten a hole into the pavement, and there was molten plastic everywhere. We picked up what we could and left hoping that would be the end of it. It was apparently fucking not. So my buddy and I are sitting in McDonald's talking over the situation when a large black police unit drove by. Not too suspicious, but they're not common to our area, and this had plating all around it. We joked about it being a bomb squad and eventually forgot about it. Fast forward to the next morning, I get a call from my brother claiming someone planted a pipe bomb at our park. They had pictures of our cars and had a statewide search in place. Apparently Karen had to get her titties in a bunch and made a post on Facebook about the ordeal, claiming 2 men were seen planting an incendiary device at the local park. ASAP, I hauled us down to the local police station to clear things up. We called up the bomb squad to check to see if it looked more like a bomb or a rocket, and we took the time to go over my abominations. They were very understanding, and eventually got everything cooled down. All that came from it was a ticket for disturbance of the peace and a warning to not make goddamn rockets in public parks. I'm terrible at retelling things, so let me know if my storytelling needs work. Too long didn't read. I made a really shitty rocket and Karen called a bomb squad. Edit, pic on my profile of the failed rocket. Edit, a word. Info, I know it was stupid, that's why I'm here. I've been depressed as fuck and I make stupid shit as an attempt at a hobby and to distract myself. Even the cops were pissed at Karen for blowing the whole thing out of proportion. Just take it as a funny story for the love of everything. Well, hello people I know, feel free to ask questions cause I have a lot of stuff I'd like to explain before you judge. Quit bitching and enjoy yourselves. You were really smart to go to the police before they came to you. Probably the difference between thanks for the warning officer and today I fucked up, caught a tear gas canister to the ball bag. So instead of leaving it on the non-flammable pavement, that one kid saw fit to throw the inextinguishable fire into a field. That is odd, but he does say it burned a hole in the pavement, so there's not really a winning scenario here, lol. I too am often too sick to work but not too sick to set up an entire rocket in the park. Did you have to pay for the damages to the pavement? I offered but the Parks and Rec team said it was alright for some reason. Not that I haven't done dumb things in my life, but doing this around a crowd in public, including that kid who was allowed to pick up the PVC pipe with burning fuel, Seemed like a pretty terrible idea. So lucky that kid wasn't hurt, or that you're not in more trouble with the cops. Right, pretty much any rocket fuel can double as explosive. Using a tube with 4x as much volume as recommended when you have no idea what you are doing, and then having a crowd of people around to watch is a recipe for disaster. This could have ended a lot worse. It's generally not a good idea to build explosives, like rockets, just based off YouTube videos, but if you are dead set on it, a lot more caution should be shown. Today I fucked up by having to sign my mortgage in cat heads over 30 times. In 2015 I had to renew my license and thought it would be funny to do cat heads as my signature, so I did. For the past 3 years I just forgot about it unless I had to show my ID, and they pointed it out. They would laugh and say, haha, I can't believe they let you do that. And I would be like, yeah, let me in the bar now. I have always signed my name with my regular signature / scribble, not cat heads. This hasn't been a problem until today when I had to sign my mortgage papers. The signing agent looked at my ID and shook his head. He was not amused. I tried to explain that 2015 Brad never imagined he'd own a house. So the dude has to call the title company headquarters and explain the situation, all while my real estate agent is laughing her ass off. I had to sign 3 cat heads over 30 times today. Here is pick and here is my ID. Too long, didn't read, had to sign all my mortgage papers with my legal ID signature, which is 3 cat heads. Edit, girlfriend fixed spelling / grammar / timeline mistakes. I know the feeling. When I was younger I had to create a security question for my bank account. I created what is your porn star name. Kinda embarrassing 15 years later when I had to get some poor bank worker to ask me the question over the phone. They had to put me on hold. I forget where I read it, but there was some guy that, instead of using his real information as the answers to security questions, made up unusual answers that were harder to guess. For example, for what was your college major? He answered bedwetting. It was fine until he had to give the answer over the phone to a human. Then it was great. Next month you can make a new Today I fucked up about having your identity stolen on Reddit. Edit, please read you / Bradamal past posts, it's true Reddit gold material. Cat. Congrats on becoming a homeowner. I'm a signing agent, and I would have laughed my ass off. After collecting myself long enough to call the title company, of course. Today I fucked up by knocking out my date. So yesterday was Valentine's Day and I've been seeing a girl who used to wrestle when she was younger. I was a wrestler for 10 years and we both knew this. So we get drunk last night and start messing around on the couch. We're just using moves on each other and I'm winning. We do this for a while and it's all fun and games until she says, I bet I can beat you from the standing position. We are both pretty trashed at this point, so we stand up in her living room and start facing off. We tie up with each other and instinct kicks in, so I sprawl and slam her head into the hardwood floor. I spin around behind her and then I realize she isn't moving. At this point I realize that I fucked up badly. She comes to and she has a huge black and blue knot over her eyebrow. I'm feeling like a gigantic piece of shit, and after a couple of seconds she laughs and says it's okay. So the too long didn't read, here is that I got trashed on wine with a girl. We wrestled. I knocked her TF out on a hardwood floor. Now she has a lump like a Pachycephalosaurus on her head. Update, holy shit, this blew up. For the folks concerned about concussion, she's a nursing student, so when she had clinicals the next day she got herself checked out. She's good to go. Dude wrestle goes into sex. You missed the signs. He wanted a win before having to take off his pants. As a former wrestler, I think we all dream of a relationship like this. I wrestled with my wife one time. Our son was born 9 months later. Never again? A child? The worst STD of them all. Relationship status, it's suplexing.